Imagine that every day you are taking a small dose of poison. It doesn't cause pain. It doesn't burn your throat. It even tastes good. But each day, it quietly destroys your body, your heart, your memory, your blood vessels. This is not fiction. This is sugar. And it's especially dangerous in older age. As we grow older, our bodies lose the ability to handle sugar overload. You may not feel pain, but the process continues. One day, the heart may fail. Vision may start to fade. The brain may begin to slow down. That's how sugar works, slowly but surely. That's why it's important to understand giving it up is not a punishment. It's a form of protection. But how can we give it up without hurting ourselves even more? How do we replace sugar without losing the pleasure of food? This episode will answer one of the most important questions: how to get rid of sugar safely without stress, without fake substitutes, and without harm. Watch until the end, because what's at stake is not just your health, it's your independence, your mind, your life. Why sugar is dangerous after 60. When we are young, sugar seems harmless. A bit in your tea, a slice of cake, a piece of candy. But with age, everything changes. The body no longer processes glucose efficiently. The cells become less responsive to insulin. That means even regular amounts of sugar start to damage the body, from your blood vessels and heart to your brain, joints, and vision. Sugar is not just high in calories. It triggers inflammation. It makes the blood thicker. It damages memory. It speeds up brain aging. This is confirmed by dozens of medical studies. In older adults who continue to consume sugar, we often see type 2 diabetes, strokes and heart attacks, retinal degeneration, memory loss, numbness in the feet, poor circulation, insomnia, and rising anxiety. And the most dangerous part? Sugar creates dependence. The more you eat, the more you want. The brain remembers the reward and keeps asking for more. And the older you are, the harder it is to break this cycle. But it is possible, even after 60, 70, or 80. The key is not to shock your body. You need to know what to replace sugar with, so you don't lose the taste of life and you don't damage your health. The main mistake: artificial sweeteners. When people try to give up sugar, the first thing they reach for is sugar substitutes, labels that say sugar-free, candy marked for diabetics. And it seems like the perfect solution. But in reality, it's just another trap. Most artificial sweeteners like aspartame, sucralose, and acesulfame may taste sweet, but they confuse the body. The taste tells your brain that sugar is coming, but there's no real energy. The pancreas still releases insulin. Then comes a crash: hunger, cravings, overeating, and weight gain. There's also another risk. Artificial sweeteners can harm your gut microbiome. That's the helpful bacteria that support digestion, immunity, and even your mood. These sweeteners can damage that balance. And for seniors, this is especially dangerous. After 60, your gut heals more slowly. Disturbing its balance can lead to gas, bloating, fatigue, and even dizziness. The conclusion is clear: artificial sweeteners are not the answer, especially not for older adults. What we need are natural and safe alternatives. Substitutes that support the body instead of tricking it. And those products do exist. 7. Natural sugar replacements that don't harm your health. Sugar can be replaced without bitterness, without chemicals, without harm. The key is to know what is truly safe. Below are 7 trusted natural alternatives that are suitable even for people over 70. Stevia. This plant comes from South America. Its leaves are up to 300 times sweeter than sugar, but contain no calories. Most importantly, stevia does not raise blood sugar levels. It is safe for people with diabetes. You can add it to tea, oatmeal, or cottage cheese. It has a slight herbal aftertaste, but people quickly get used to it. Choose pure stevia with no additives or artificial sweeteners. Erythritol. This is a sugar alcohol found naturally in berries and certain fruits. It tastes almost like sugar, but is absorbed without involving insulin. It does not cause tooth decay and has no effect on blood glucose levels. You can use it for baking, in tea, or even for homemade jams. But don't exceed 30 grams per day. Larger amounts may cause mild digestive discomfort. Applesauce. Yes, plain applesauce made from baked or boiled apples. It's naturally sweet and contains pectin, which is good for digestion. It also provides vitamins. You can use applesauce instead of sugar in baking, yogurt, or porridge. It's a gentle option for those who want to reduce sugar gradually. Date paste. Dates contain natural fructose, fiber, and potassium. Date paste is thick, sweet, and has a caramel flavor. You can make it at home by soaking dates and blending them. Add it to oatmeal, baking, or cottage cheese. Thanks to the fiber, it doesn't spike blood sugar sharply, but don't overdo it. 1 to 2 teaspoons per day is enough. Maple syrup. If you choose real maple syrup with no added sugar or syrups, it can be a great substitute. It contains antioxidants and minerals and has a pleasant taste. Add it to oatmeal, pancakes, or casseroles, but be careful. Its glycemic index is higher than stevia or erythritol, so use it in small amounts. Honey in limited amounts. Natural honey contains enzymes and vitamins, but it has a high glycemic index, so it must be used with caution. Darker varieties are better. Use no more than half a teaspoon and not every day. Also, don't add honey to hot tea. It loses its healthy properties at high temperatures. Cinnamon and vanilla. Sometimes, sweet flavor doesn't come from sugar at all. Natural spices like cinnamon and vanilla enhance the perception of sweetness. Add them to porridge, coffee, or baked dishes. They add a rich, warm flavor without sugar. Plus, cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar levels. What happens to your body when you quit sugar? Many people fear that without sugar, they'll feel worse, weakness, bad mood, lack of motivation. But this is temporary and it's normal. In the first days after quitting sugar, your body starts to adapt. You may experience mild irritability, headaches, sugar cravings, tiredness, or a desire for fast carbs. These are signs of sugar withdrawal. Yes, sugar is addictive. The brain remembers its reward and wants more. But if you hold on for 5 to 7 days, things begin to change. After just 1 week, the first improvements appear. Better sleep, less swelling in the morning, lower blood pressure, normal bowel function, less anxiety, and more energy. After 2 to 3 weeks, your taste buds reset, even apples seem sweeter, appetite drops, blood sugar levels stabilize, fat stores start to shrink, and joint health improves. After 1 month, both brain and body start to work differently. You feel lighter, the brain fog lifts, you want to move, walk, do things again. And none of this comes from pills. It happened simply because you removed sugar from your diet. How to switch to safe sweeteners without stress. Cutting out sugar all at once can be stressful for the body, especially in older age. That's why it's important not just to remove sugar, but to replace it safely and gradually. Here's a simple step-by-step plan that works well for people over 60. Step 1. Remove sugar from drinks. Start with tea, coffee, and homemade fruit drinks. This is the easiest step. Replace sugar with stevia or erythritol, or try drinking your beverages unsweetened. Give yourself 3 to 5 days to adjust. Important, don't replace sugar with honey or jam. They are still sugar. Step 2. Eliminate sugar in packaged foods. Check the labels. Sugar is often hidden in bread, sauces, and even yogurt. Avoid products labeled light or sugar-free. They often contain artificial sweeteners. Look for labels that say, no added sugar, no syrups, no maltodextrin. Step 3. Swap sweets for fruit. As a snack, eat half a banana, a few prunes, or a few slices of apple instead of cookies. Fruit has natural sweetness and fiber, which slows down sugar absorption. If you suddenly crave sugar, drink water first. Sometimes the brain confuses thirst with sugar cravings. Step 4. Make natural desserts at home. Bake apples with cinnamon. Make oatmeal cookies with dates. Add vanilla or cinnamon to dishes. The flavor becomes rich even without sugar. After 10 to 14 days, your taste buds become more sensitive, and natural foods begin to taste sweet again. Step 5. Strengthen your breakfast. A good breakfast reduces sugar cravings throughout the day. Add protein, like eggs or cottage cheese, some fiber, like oats or an apple, and healthy fats, like flax seeds or nuts. This combination keeps you full longer and stabilizes your blood sugar. Step 6. Maintain a healthy sleep routine. Poor sleep increases the urge to eat sugar. Older adults should try to go to bed no later than 10:30 p.m. During sleep, the hormone that regulates appetite returns to balance. Step 7. Move your body. Even 15 minutes of walking a day can lower blood sugar. Physical activity speeds up your metabolism and reduces the body's need for quick energy, like the kind sugar gives. Common mistakes when quitting sugar. Many people try to give up sugar, but make mistakes. This leads to stress, setbacks, and returning to sweets. Here are the most common errors and how to avoid them. Mistake 1. Cutting everything at once. Some people stop all sugar in a single day. The body doesn't have time to adjust. This causes irritability, fatigue, and headaches. A better approach is gradual. Start with drinks, then sweets, then hidden sugars. Mistake 2. Replacing snacks with cookies or healthy bars. Even fitness bars and granola bars often contain just as much sugar as a candy bar. Better snack options include nuts, a boiled egg, a piece of cheese, or a small veggie salad. Mistake 3. Eating too much fruit instead of sugar. Fruits are healthy, but they still contain natural sugars, especially bananas, grapes, and dates. A safe daily amount is 1 to 2 portions. For example, 1 apple and a few prunes. That's enough to satisfy your sweet tooth without overloading your body. Mistake 4. Expecting fast results. Your body doesn't adjust overnight. You may feel low energy at first. That's normal. After a week, you'll start to feel better. Give yourself at least 21 days to adapt fully to a low-sugar lifestyle. Mistake 5. Quitting without replacing. If you remove sugar, but don't replace it with something, your cravings will grow. Always add something sweet and healthy, fruit, spices, or natural sweeteners. Otherwise, the brain will keep asking for sugar, and you're more likely to give in. Stories of older adults who quit sugar and got their health back. When someone hears, "You should quit sugar," they often think, "It's impossible," especially at 70, 80, or 90 years old. But that's not true. Below are real stories of people who proved that it's possible to change habits at any age. Alice, age 81. Alice loved cookies. Every day she had tea with cookies, several at a time. Then came dizziness, high blood pressure, and insomnia. Her doctor advised cutting back on sugar. At first she was upset, but her daughter convinced her to try natural sweeteners. Alice started using stevia in her tea and replaced cookies with baked apples and cinnamon. After 2 weeks, the swelling in her legs went down. After a month, her blood pressure stabilized. Now she says, "I can read without getting tired, and I no longer crave sweets." George, age 76. George drank soda every day, several glasses. After age 70, he began having memory problems. He would forget where he put his keys or why he walked into a room. His grandson showed him a study about how sugar affects the brain. George gave it a try. He stopped drinking soda and switched to water with lemon and mint. After 3 weeks, he was sleeping better and felt calmer. After 2 months, he was back to solving crossword puzzles. He says, "I thought it was just my age, but it was the sugar." Linda, age 69. After retiring, Linda started baking breads, rolls, cakes. Then came weight gain, knee pain, and constant fatigue. She decided to try a 14-day challenge, no sugar at all. She replaced sweets with berries and ate more protein. She kept a journal. On day 5, she had a headache. On day 10, her mood improved. After a month, she had lost 3 kilos and it became easier to walk. She's still going strong and now shares her sugar-free recipes with friends. Walter, age 84. Walter ate ice cream almost every evening. It was his little reward before bed. Over time, he began to feel pain in his legs, constant thirst and fatigue. His doctor warned him about pre-diabetes. Walter decided to try living without sugar. The first days were hard. He felt irritable and had trouble sleeping. But after a week, he felt relief. After a month, his appetite stabilized and his blood pressure went down. Now he eats frozen berries instead of ice cream and says, "I didn't give up pleasure. I just found a new one." The main takeaway, even at an advanced age, quitting sugar can transform your life. The key is to begin and to support yourself. How to support yourself through the process. Quitting sugar isn't just a physical change, it's an emotional one. For many people, sweets are comfort, memories, a way to reduce stress. So to truly give up sugar, you need to support not just your body, but also your mind. Here's how. 1. Replace the ritual. If you're used to having tea with candy after lunch, don't skip the ritual, just change it. Try tea with cinnamon, unsweetened yogurt with nuts, warm water with lemon. Let the routine stay, but without sugar. 2. Don't blame yourself for slip-ups. If you had a piece of cake, it doesn't mean everything is lost. Learn from it and keep going. The most important thing is not to stop. Even if you slip, you've already made progress. Come back. Continue. 3. Keep a journal. Write down what you ate, how you felt, and what emotions you experienced. This helps you see how your mood and health connect to your eating habits. It's especially helpful to record your progress. No headache today. I slept well. No swelling in my legs. 4. Ask for support. Ask your family to help. Ask them not to bring sweets into the house. Try new recipes together. Share your results. You can also team up with a friend or neighbor to go sugar-free together. That makes it easier and more fun. 5. Remind yourself why you're doing this. Not for looks, not to impress others, but for yourself, for clarity, for energy, for health. Let this become your new choice, not a punishment, but an act of care. How taste recovers after quitting sugar. Many older people say, without sugar, everything tastes bland, boring, or flavorless. But this is only temporary. When you stop eating sugar, your taste buds lose sensitivity at first. They've been trained to expect extreme sweetness. But after about 10 to 14 days, the taste buds begin to wake up. You start to notice the natural flavor of plain oatmeal. You taste the sweetness in carrots. You recognize the subtle notes in your tea. An apple begins to taste like a dessert. This is not your imagination. It's real sensory recovery. After 1 month, your taste fully resets. You may even ask yourself how you ever ate such overly sweet things before. Your body naturally says, I don't need that much anymore. And that's a real victory. How to build a sugar-free daily meal plan. To stay healthy and energized without sugar, you need to build a balanced diet. Here's a simple daily meal plan designed for older adults. Breakfast: oatmeal with apple, cinnamon, and walnuts. A boiled egg. Unsweetened tea with lemon. Morning snack: plain yogurt without added sugar. A small handful of seeds or nuts. Lunch: vegetable soup, boiled fish or chicken, buckwheat, cabbage salad with olive oil. Afternoon snack: baked apple, herbal tea. Dinner: steamed or sautéed vegetables. A small portion of cottage cheese with cinnamon. Warm water with mint. This meal plan is balanced, filling, and completely free of sugar. It provides steady energy and helps maintain stable blood sugar levels. How sugar affects the brain and memory. Consuming sugar, especially after age 60, affects not only the body, but also the brain. The brain likes glucose, but only in moderate amounts. When sugar intake is too high, focus worsens, short-term memory becomes weaker, thinking slows down, and the risk of dementia increases. Studies show that in people who regularly eat sugar, the brain ages faster. Activity in the areas responsible for learning and memory is reduced. Removing sugar improves mental clarity, memory, mood, sleep, and motivation. This is especially important for anyone who feels like their mind is foggy. Often the real cause isn't age, it's sugar. How to support an older adult who wants to quit sugar. If you're a son, daughter, grandchild, or friend of an older person who wants to quit sugar, your support matters more than you think. Here's how you can help. Don't criticize, encourage. Don't say, you're eating sweets again. Say instead, you're doing great. Let's keep going together. Cook together. Try sugar-free dessert recipes. Make meals side by side. For seniors, the process and social connection are just as important as the food. Keep sweets out of the house. If candy is sitting in the kitchen, it's too tempting. Remove the triggers. Praise small wins. Every small success counts. Let them know their effort is noticed and appreciated. Ask about their progress. Say things like, how are you feeling after a week without sugar? Do you notice a difference? This builds motivation and shows you care. False sugar replacements, that can trick you. Not everything labeled sugar-free is safe. Here's a list of products that are better to avoid. Diabetic candies with maltitol. They can cause bloating, diarrhea, and sudden sugar spikes. Agave syrup. Despite being natural, it contains high levels of fructose, which overloads the liver. Snack bars and granola bars with hidden syrups. 0% fat. Yogurts often contain added sugar to compensate for taste. Light drinks contain artificial sweeteners that damage gut health. If you're unsure, it's safer to cook at home. Simple, homemade, natural food without hidden ingredients is always the better choice. Real change is a lifestyle shift, not a 30-day challenge. Many people think, I'll give up sugar for a month and that's it. But real change happens when you shift your habits, not temporarily, but for good. Quitting sugar improves your quality of life, gives you more energy, restores deep sleep, makes movement easier, slows aging. This is not a diet. It's not a punishment. It's a choice. It's self-care. It's respect for your body, the body that has carried you for decades. And now you can help it just by removing what's been quietly harming it. What happens to your body when sugar is gone? When you stop eating sugar, your body resists at first. It's a habit, a mental reward system built over the years. But as soon as you change your diet, a chain reaction begins. Every change is a step toward healing. 1. Your hormones stabilize. Insulin levels become steady. This lowers inflammation, reduces swelling, and helps liver function. 2. Your stress hormone, cortisol, drops. Sugar increases anxiety. Too much affects your mental health. When you quit, calmness returns, nervous tension fades. 3. Gut health improves. Sugar often feeds harmful bacteria in the digestive system. When you stop eating sugar, balance returns, bloating decreases, digestion normalizes. 4. Your heart becomes more stable. Thick blood and high blood pressure are often linked to sugar. After quitting, blood pressure improves and your heart feels more steady. 5. Your appearance improves. Swelling goes down, skin tone becomes more even, joint inflammation eases. Many people say their face looks brighter and their eyes clearer. Special recommendations for people with hypertension, diabetes, and excess weight. As we age, sugar becomes more dangerous, especially for people with chronic conditions. Here are some tips to reduce sugar safely without worsening your health. If you have high blood pressure, avoid sweet pastries and store-bought sauces. Use stevia or erythritol. They won't raise blood pressure. Drink water with lemon. It helps reduce pressure on the blood vessels. Avoid combining sugar and salt. Together, they double the strain on your body. If you have diabetes, don't use fructose. It can still raise blood sugar. Avoid jam and dried fruits. Eat whole fruits, not juice. Use cinnamon. It helps lower glucose. Eat protein with every meal. It slows the absorption of carbs. If you are overweight, cut out liquid calories, juices, soda, sweetened kefir. Add more fiber, bran, chia seeds, vegetables. Don't fear healthy fats. They reduce cravings for sweets, like oils, nuts, avocados. Avoid diet cookies. Most are just marketing tricks. Sugar is not the enemy. But in old age, it's no longer your friend. It quietly steals your health through fatigue, brain fog, unstable blood pressure, and joint pain. You don't have to accept this. You have a choice, and that choice is yours. Quitting sugar is not a sacrifice. It's the path to mental clarity, a lighter body, and calmness. Thousands of people over 60, 70, even 90 have already taken this step. And you can too. Start small. 1 cup of tea without sugar, 1 apple instead of a candy, 1 day in favor of your own well-being. Let this not be about giving something up, but about returning to the real taste of life. Let every day without sugar be one more step toward freedom and toward the health you truly deserve. Share your story in the comments. We would be happy to hear it and help you. Also, give this video a like and subscribe to Health Bloom 60+. Turn on notifications so you never miss simple health truths backed by science. Thank you for watching. See you at the next video.